For those that were hoping Bondi's firing would lead to more Epstein transparency, I would say that Bondi's replacement has basically turned into the Dave Chappelle caricature of Lil Wayne, where you ask him about the Epstein thing, he's like, "What?" I'll roll the clip. I don't think it needs much more commentary than that. But he's just going the way of Chappelle's version of Lil Wayne. And here he is addressing whether or not more Epstein information will be coming out. And shocker, it's not. His takeaway is we're moving on. Oh, you mean that Pam Bondi thing? We're done with the Pam Bondi thing.
Just to clarify, is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing? And if not, why not? And then I have a quick follow-up.
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
I don't even know what this... No, this is the Biden approach. What? No one's saying that. No one's... I just asked you the question and I'm in the media, so someone's saying it.
Well, I mean...
And look at that... Yeah, you're going to say something? You're going to say something?
They're the
Come on, speak up.
Abused the young women through Epstein's...
Look, we said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July, if we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women...
How'd they get someone even girlier than Pam Bondi? It's not as yelly, but it's like, like, I'm going to go surfing... later,
we would prosecute them, right? We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about that we're covering up or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case. I don't know whether there are men out there that abuse these women. If we learn about information and evidence that allows us to prosecute.
In other words, no one's going to be looking into this. No one will be investigating it. But, if magically a portal from another dimension opens up, one of those portals that the demons are using to bring people back to hell through Waffle House, if they drop the evidence right on my desk in a way that's publicly available to everybody and I can't deny it, sure, I'll prosecute them. But yeah, this is not going to be a focus.
You better believe we will. But I don't.
All right, and now let's go to Fox News. I got to fast forward a little bit. I didn't quite timestamp this.
Yeah,
we got some growing pains since producer man's been fired, but here we go.
Files. And so look, the Epstein files has been a saga that's lasted for the past year. And what happened when the president signed the Transparency Act is the Department of Justice has now released all the files with respect to the Epstein saga. And the Attorney General Bondi and I appeared in front of Congress voluntarily a couple weeks ago to answer any questions they had. We have made every single congressman, senator available to come and see any document, redacted, unredacted, that they want. And so I think that to the extent that the Epstein files was a part of the past year of this Justice Department, it should not be a part of anything going forward.
Guys, we already fired one person. That was a her thing. We threw her under the bus. So can we move on now? Everything's been released, except for all the stuff that we still redacted and people are suing our department over. But other than all of that, everything has been released. All right, let's